Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to another video on the channel. So it's been a little while since I made a video. I think it's been over a week now. I was on holiday last week. We just went down to Bournemouth, and I know what you're going to say. The weather's really cold at the moment, but it was just a nice break away from London, from the daily grind down here. So in this video, we're actually going to be looking at the MacBook Air in the 13-inch version. I have got it in that new sky blue color, which I've been seeing everywhere, and probably you guys have been seeing everywhere on YouTube as well. It did look pretty nice to me, so I picked up the sky blue color. I have got the bare bones base model here with the 256 gigabytes of storage, and we do have the M4 chip in this new MacBook Air. To be honest with you, there's not a whole lot of difference between last year's M3 model and this year's M4 model. There's just as we see with Apple Silicon, year on year, we see a bit more CPU, a bit more GPU power as well every year. And we do now get 16 gigabytes of RAM out of the box as the starting RAM this year, and that's for Apple Intelligence. So that's good to have. Definitely 16 gigabytes of RAM should be the base RAM, and it is now. So we also have, I've got the version with the 10 core CPU and the 8 core GPU, and if you bump it up to the 512 gigabyte version, then you automatically get those 2 extra GPU cores. But I think for what most people are using a MacBook Air for, I think they're not going to be too concerned about having 2 less GPU cores. But if you are using your MacBook Air for things like video editing, and maybe, I don't know if you're playing games on your MacBook Air, you probably shouldn't be, but if you are gonna, then it may be worth paying that extra bit of money for those 2 extra GPU cores. So let's get it open, guys. I've got the box in front of me, and let's get it open. So check it out, MacBook Air. As you can see there, it's upside down, but you get my point. MacBook Air, and let's get it open. Let's pull these tabs and get the box open. Very nice indeed. And let's slide it open. And here we are. The new MacBook Air, and it feels really light. First impressions are really small and light. You know, I did unbox the MacBook Pro a little while on the channel, the 14-inch version, and this feels a lot lighter compared to that. And obviously it is because it is the MacBook Air. And here we are, the new sky blue color. Check it out, guys. I think that looks really, really nice. At first impression, it doesn't actually look very blue. I have got some natural light coming into this room here, but it does just look like a silver. Maybe in different lighting conditions you can see the blue a little bit more, but at the moment it's just looking like a sort of a darker shade of silver. It is replacing the space grey we had last year. Let's actually see what else we get in the box here. So we get a power cable here. It's a MagSafe charging cable to USB-C there, and we don't get a charging brick. We actually probably do, yeah, we do. And here we are. This is it. This is our charging brick here, and it is a 30-watt USB-C power adapter. If you buy the 512 gigabyte version, you automatically get a multi charging adapter, so you can actually plug in multiple charging cables, and that one is going to be a 35-watt charging adapter. This one is a 30-watt. Obviously, being in the UK, I have a UK plug, so check it out, guys. And we don't get much more than that, really. We get a charging cable and a charging brick and some paperwork, which no one reads anyway. And let's just move this to the side now. And here we are. So really nice to have the new MacBook Air M4 in front of me here. It does feel really nice and light in the hands, and it is a really nice quality build as well, as we've come to expect. The build isn't too much different, isn't different at all really to last year. We do get a few more features. Let's just open the lid here, and let's remove. There we go. We get the Apple chime there. And let's just remove this protective film on top here. Very nice indeed. And there we go. We get that hello on the screen. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead now, guys, and actually set this up. But I want to give you a few features as well. So we have a 13.6-inch liquid retina display. It's not mini LED like we have on the Pros, and it only goes up to 500 nits. But I think that's plenty bright enough. I think that's really good for the MacBook Air. I don't think many people are actually going to be too concerned about that. But it would be nice to have obviously 120 Hertz and at least 1000 nits of brightness. But I think most people using this is not going to concern them too much, and I think 500 nits is enough for most people. Yeah, as I mentioned, 60 Hertz instead of 120 Hertz. It is asking me now to choose a language. I'm going to go ahead and set this up in a little while, but yeah, we also get 2 Thunderbolt 4 ports on this, as you can see on the side here, and a MagSafe charging port there. And on this side we just get the headphone jack. So you don't get a whole lot of ports, but you can buy some accessories which are going to give you those extra ports for things like, you know, data transfer. And if you need those extra ports, you can actually buy adapters or docks for those. It does now support up to 2 external displays, 2 6K external displays if you are going to use a MacBook Air for that. I don't know how many people are using their MacBook Air with 2 6K displays, and you can also have the lid open at the same time, so you can have 3 displays at the same time, so 2 external and the actual display of the MacBook Air itself. It is a fanless design, just as we had last year, and so if you are doing video editing, it may throttle the performance of this, and it may get a little bit hot as well, just because we don't have those fans. So as I mentioned, this does have 10-core CPU and an 8-core GPU, and so it has the spec, it has the power there to actually edit videos. But whether or not I would recommend that, I may do some testing on this. I'm actually going to edit this video on this MacBook Air, and I may make a future video just letting you know how the video editing is on this. I haven't bought it for video editing, I have just bought it as a secondary computer. I did return my Mac Mini, so I may be picking up one of those Mac Studios, the new M4 Maxes, or I may pick up a MacBook Pro because I did return the M4 one. So this isn't going to be my editing machine, but I will let you know how it is editing on this. So guys, this is the sky blue version, but it also comes in a midnight, it comes in silver and starlight, which we had last year. This is replacing the space grey, and I think it is a pretty nice color. I am going to show you some B-roll in this video. You know, we're near the end of this video now, but I probably will have shown you some B-roll of this actual MacBook Air in different lighting conditions, so you can check out how it looks in different lighting conditions. But in this natural light coming into this room here, it does just look like a darker shade of silver. So there's not very much blue in this whatsoever, but yeah, I like it. Overall, I do like it. So guys, I'm going to actually end this video here. This is it for now, but I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the unboxing of this video. Do I think it's worth it compared to last year? If you have the M3 MacBook Air, then I wouldn't actually recommend upgrading to this. The upgrades in this are very minor. If you do like the sky blue version, I don't think that's reason enough, but you know, it's your wallet, it's your budget. If you actually want to purchase this because of the color, you know, I'm not here to stop you, but I would recommend, if you have the M2 or if you have the M3 MacBook Air, don't upgrade to this because you're not going to see very many changes whatsoever. If you have the M1 and you want the new shape of the MacBook, if you prefer this shape, the MacBook Air M1 is still pretty good, it's still pretty powerful. But if you want that extra power, you want the extra CPU, GPU power, and you want the new design of the MacBook Airs, then I actually would recommend upgrading to this in that case. But if you have an Intel MacBook Air, then definitely pick one of these up. You won't regret it. You're going to get a lot better battery life, you're getting better efficiency with the M chips, and you're just going to get more power for your everyday tasks. So guys, that's it for this one. Thank you for watching this video. If you want to see any more MacBook Air videos in the future, if you want to see some video editing tests, if you want to see anything else regarding the MacBook Air, let me know in the comments down below. Thank you for watching the video. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already, and I'd really appreciate that. See you in the next video, guys. Take care. Bye.